sure that brings several ideas to mind and also begs the question, what is a myth and what is actually truthful? And today I'm going to clear that up for you. My name is Mundy and I'm a personal trainer for 24 plus years. I'm also working on my biological medicine degree and I'm going to help answer that. I'm going to cover diet, the definition of the word diet, the science of nutrition, the fundamentals, vitamins, and also superfoods. Not necessarily in that order, but we're going to cover those today. The first one that I mentioned was the definition of the word diet. Now, typically that's going to bring to mind boring, bland food, depriving yourself, starvation. And I have some good news for you today. If you go to the Webster Dictionary or any creditable science book, you'll find out that the word diet simply refers to the food and drink that you consume on a regular daily basis. So that's the positive. The key here is to have those foods not only bursting with flavor, but also with nutrients, and they can be combined. A little research on the different recipes and using herbs and spices. A good example would be taking a nonstick pan, spraying it with cooking spray. You could add a couple onions and mushrooms, let them caramelize, a quarter cup of egg beaters or 2 egg whites, and a quarter cup of non-fat or low-fat shredded cheese. Scramble that all up and pop it inside a pita pocket, and you have a nutritious and tasty bite right there. So it is doable. The other fact is the science of nutrition. Now, if you go back into the 80s, it's all high carbohydrates, low fat. In the 90s, you got low fat, low carb, high protein. And currently, it's all about high protein, or some of the diets talking about just eat what comes from nature and then calories don't count. That's not true. But this actual science of nutrition has not changed over the years. It's been the same, and the good news is it's not in dispute either. So with that being said, about approximately from your total calorie intake, 45 to 65% should be from carbohydrates depending on your activity level. Protein should be roughly about 20%, that approximate. And then fat should be 30% or less of your total daily calories. Again, those ratios are not in dispute. It just does correlate to your activity levels. The next thing I'm going to cover is superfoods. We've all heard of superfoods ranging from soy, blueberries, beet juice, coconut oil, or everyone's favorite one, red wine. Now, there are no foods that have all the nutrients or all the vitamins and minerals contained in them. But according to Dr. Oz's website on the internet, these foods do contain every nutrient, and that is false. They do provide, each individual coconut oil provides good fats for your hair and your skin. Blueberries are loaded with antioxidants. Red wine has heart-healthy benefits. But 2 to 3 ounces a day is what the serving is, not a bottle. So I hear that one quite often. The other issue with dieting is vitamins. And a lot of times people think vitamins provide energy. Let me just say they're coenzymes, so taking vitamins will not give you energy. They help the body utilize the food that we consume, so you cannot take vitamins on an empty stomach. If you take a quality vitamin on an empty stomach, you'll get nauseous because they cannot be used by the body unless you have foods with them. So vitamins we do get from a variety of foods, keeping the spice of life in there with a variety of different foods. And not everyone needs a vitamin. That's the myth about vitamins, that everyone needs to take a multivitamin. That is not true. You go to your doctor and just have a simple blood test done. They do a profile of your vitamins in your blood, and then they'll tell you if and what vitamin you do need to take, if any. A couple examples is if you have too much, a toxicity level of vitamin B, or too little, you'll have nerve disorders, tingling in the foot or the legs, arms, poor coordination, reduced heart function. If you have toxicity of vitamin A or too little, you can have blindness and increased increased death rate, headache, vomiting, irritability. That describes a couple of my traits. And with vitamin K deficiency or toxicity, that can cause liver and bone damage. It can also give you anemia and reduce blood clotting abilities. So if you have too much, your blood won't clot. Too little, your blood will overclot. So everything in moderation, and you just have to go to the doctor and get the simple blood test. To summarize, just going back over with our diet myths, okay? Diet simply means the foods and drinks that we consume on a daily basis. It's nothing special, but it's what we normally consume. It doesn't mean starving ourselves. The science of nutrition, the dietary principles have not changed over the years, and they're not in dispute. So just keep eating a variety of foods. There are no superfoods. If you leave with me one thing today, I want you to take away that there's no superfoods. So as soon as somebody starts telling you there's such thing as a superfood, you know they don't know what they're talking about. And vitamins, too many or too little is going to give you issues. You don't have to take a multivitamin, but the best way to find out is see your doctor and have a simple blood test done, and he or she will tell you what, if any, that you need to take. Now, on that note, to conclude everything, what I've brought today is nutrient, healthy, full of antioxidant blueberry muffins. And I want to thank you for being here today. Enjoy.
Yay! That's good stuff. That's what got me to bake mine.